Hi everyone, this is Joyce from Paper Art with Joyce. Today is Sunday, October 29th, and it's about 3 o'clock, and it's been raining all day. Actually, it's a good day to sit inside and make some cards. So today I'm going to show you how to make some cards using the Fruitful Blessings set, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've made several cards, and I will show you all of them so far at the end of the video. Okay, so this is the card we're going to make. All right, and all the directions for the cutting will be in the details under the video after I upload it. Okay, so we start with a basic base, and I used olive green, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have a piece of DSP, and this looks like wood grain, which I love. I think it's adorable, and it goes nicely with the fact that we're hanging some corn on it. Now, this could be directional, but because you can put wood grain horizontally or vertically, it's not. It's you can use it either way. But if you were going to use one that had a certain direction, you want to make sure that you cut it the right way. So that this one is cut 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to put that on here. And this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this card a lot. And I was creating it as I was making it. So, okay. So now we're going to work on the corn. And I've cut them out already, save a little time. And the dies that come in, they're accompanying set of dies that you can purchase. So the dies for the corn are right. Oh, let me flip over so you can see that better. There you go. All right, so the dies include this corn with the husk. So that's what we're going to use for the corn. And I cut out the backs, 3 of them, with Cajun craze, I believe it was, and the fronts with yellow. So I'm going to glue those, and I used a fine tip glue container, so it's a lot easier to get in between all these little holes. But there's spaces on here that will take the glue in between, some decent sized spaces that you can connect it. And what I like to do is, once I get it aligned, I'm going to put this up here for a minute. I like to set a block on it so that it really takes the glue. And let me do the other 2 corn. I love these harvest sets that Stampin' Up! Came out with. I bought 3 or 4 different ones. I just love them. Maybe because I love fall. But it doesn't take a long time to come up with some great ideas for fall cards with these sets. They're just great. They give you so many ideas just with the dies and stamps in there. Okay, and here's the 3rd one. We're going to make it look like it's hanging on the wood door. So Okay. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. My husband's watching the football game. I did watch it for a little bit in between. Okay, so there are the three. Now I'm going to put the husks on. I like to do it in steps. So if you look at this, the corner going in, angles. So what I like to do is put the husks. One is straight in the middle. Like that. Stick this on there. Now the other two, I kind of angled the husks out so that when you put them together, they're not all piled on top of each other. So I tipped it a little bit on the corn cob. Okay, that one will go on this side. But for now, I just want to get them on there, get the glue on. Okay, and this one I tipped out this way. And you'll see what I mean once we get them put together. Okay. So those should only take a couple seconds to glue down. All right. So what I did was to make it easy to get these on here, I lined them up first before I did any gluing. So for instance, this, like this. So I know whereabouts I'm going to be putting them. Okay. And what I did was I put them together with a couple of glue dots just to hold them together. So I put it right where the husk meets the cob and attached it, both of them. This just helps your assembly a little easier, to be a little easier, because they don't move around on you when you're working with them. Okay, so we got those together. And I want to put jute on there so it shows that they're being tied together. So I use these. This comes from Stampin' Up! Also. This was the 2023 to 25 in colors of jute trim. And this package comes with 5 different colors. Pretty neat. Okay, so I'm using the one that looks like the Cajun Craze. So you take about 12 inches of jute, because that'll give you enough to get around it and to tie a bow. Okay. So I use my tweezers for this because it helps to hold it down and get it. Another thing, they're usually pretty curled from being on the spool. So I kind of just wet it a little bit and then just pull it out a little bit so that it makes it straighter. It's easier to work with. Okay, so we're going to put this in the middle. And we're going to tie it right at the base of the husk. So how I did this was I put one pair of tweezers right on there to hold the jute on while I'm tying it. And then once I get that first curl, I put the tweezer right on top to hold it so that it's easier to tie. Okay. Whoops, that slipped. There we go. So we're going to start tying it like you would tie a shoe. Put your tweezers right in the middle to hold that wherever the knot goes. And then make your bow. Just adjust your loops a little bit so they're not really huge. Now I take a glue dot and put it right where the knot goes to help hold it down. All right. Now when I put it onto this card, I'm going to use the glue because this is strong. And I'm going to put the glue on the backs. And I put them on both, put the glue both on the husks and on the cob themselves, and even across the jute. It just makes it stronger once it's applied. I also went right down the cobs because I'm putting them on flat, but they're three-dimensional anyway. So this just makes it a little more secure. Okay. And if you use the liquid glue, it helps it because it allows you to adjust them. Okay. Once again, I like to put a block on it just to help it secure the glue. Sorry about my squeaky voice. Okay, while that's setting for a few minutes, I decorated with a few acorns, which come in the dies and the stamps. And there's a single one here, so you can use it like I did. I also took this small leaf set of leaves here, and I made several different colors. I made yellow, coral, and green to decorate the front of the card. Okay, so let's do that. And I like to stagger them like they're falling down from the trees. So I lay them out first. Oh, I have trouble picking those up. Now, we're going to put our sentiment right at the bottom. So you want to kind of eyeball that first before you glue on your leaves so that you don't put the too close, okay? And this one I put that way, and this one I put this way. And these are going to go inside. All right, so let's glue these on. Whoops. These are tiny. Sticking to me. There. All right. So we put an acorn up. An acorn up at the top here on this side. And then the coral colored leaves. And if you use the tweezers, you'll have a better chance of not sticking to your fingers. There. Acorn on this side. Isn't this cute? I just think it's adorable. And like I say, we want to make sure we make room for the sentiment. And then we have the green. I think I need some more glue. And one more acorn. There. Now, I already printed this, but what I did was I took Grateful for You, which is also included in the stamp set, and I stamped it in the Cajun Craze. And now I want to show you how to do the flag the ends so it's like a flag. So you just put a little cut in the middle and then go from corner to corner. Really simple. Okay. Okay. And then what I did was I took pumpkin pie, and I brushed the message to, instead of having it white, because it's on the wood, so it stands out more if it has a color. Quick. Okay. And I wanted to put that on dimensionals to make it stand up. I think a lot of people bought this stamp set because there's so much to it. You have so many different ideas just from looking at the stamps. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Oops. Make sure this is in the middle. There. All right. Now on the inside, I put a white piece, the same size as the outside, 3 3/4 by 5. But before I do that, I cut out one more leaf and one more acorn to add to the inside. And I just put those in the corner for a little added interest and texture. Okay. There. And I want to cover this because it keeps it from clogging. There we go. All right. So now we're going to glue this in for the inside. There. Now, do we want to put some sparkle? Of course we do. So I'm going to put, let's see. I think the gold. I think that's pretty. There we go. I didn't put any glitz. Let me put some on this one too. I just love it. It just gives it that extra little zoom. All right. Great. Okay, so that's that card. Pretty cute, huh? I love it. Okay, I'm going to zoom out just a hair so that I can show you some of the other cards. Okay, so this is another one that I used the corn, but I made it a little different. I angled the top layer, and I embossed it with the falling leaves embossing folder. Then I cut out one of those tags, put a little jute on the end, and a few sparkles. Okay, so that was two different ways to use the corn. This is from these are all from the same stamp set, and they so I got to use a lot of the stamps. So this is the cluster of flowers, and I colored them with my alcohol markers. Put a ribbon, and I used the little brass butterflies, which I think are adorable. And this one was with the pear, and I thought this was pretty too. I used one of the a DSP that had falling leaves on it, which I really love. And then I cut out a solid coral circle. I hand colored the pears with the alcohol markers, and I added some leaves. And then on the inside, I just stamped a few of the acorns. And then I used the same stamp, but the background, I used another DSP that had leaves on it. So it was a little busier, but I still thought it was pretty. And then this one, which is one of my favorites, it's all brown and greens. And I stamped the acorns with the leaves to make like my own DSP, colored them with the alcohol markers. Then I cut out a hexagon in solid green, and then cut out one of the acorns with leaves to put on top of that with leaves, and added the ribbon, the new ribbon, the natural ribbon. It's really pretty. Okay, so that's several different ideas of how to use this stamp set. I hope that's inspiring and that you can try it yourself. Okay. If you'd like any help with this, just email me. Um, and I will be glad to help you out. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Uh, Once again, you can email me. The email message will be in the details under the video description. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you get some great ideas from this. Take care and happy stamping.